Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little bit different. We do unboxings and that very occasionally, and obviously computer unboxing is something that I do every single time I get a new computer, and I've done that the past 2 times, with the last one only being really a few months ago is when I got my latest beast of a machine. But today we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to be doing a laptop unboxing and review. And just to mention, if the light is at all a little bit weirder or different, there's a window right here. I've actually got this open because otherwise it would probably be too dark for you guys to see any of the details. So that's why there's more light coming in from this side of the room. Again, I'm not a professional video vlogger on camera person. I do League videos, so I don't really need all the lighting, but maybe I should invest in it one day. But just to mention a couple things, a big reason why I'm doing this video is because whenever I do my computer unboxings, people are like, oh, that's really cool. But most people, these computers are a little bit out of reach. They're £2,500 to £3,000 computers. Not everybody's going to have that. That's like in the top couple % of people who have big computers. And obviously I wouldn't have one of these big computers if I wasn't a YouTuber. That's kind of the reason. So the laptop that I'm going to show you today, it's going to be, it's my new gaming laptop. That it's a lot more reachable for you guys at home. So I imagine a lot of you have similar things to this that you game on, and some people watching this may go, I'm looking for something new, and maybe this video will help them, and that's kind of why I want to do it more specifically. So just to mention, I got it from Overclockers. There will be a link in the description. I've worked with them for quite some time, and they're really good guys, good customer service, so there'll be a link down below. Go check them out if you pretty much need anything computer. They do, from gaming chairs to computers to laptops to peripherals to components. Like, they pretty much do everything in the computing world. Now before I show you the laptop box, at least just to also show you, I got an MSI, and every single apparently MSI laptop comes with something, and I got a free backpack. It was just in the box with the laptop. And there you go. It's an official MSI laptop bag. I will say I would have probably preferred like a satchel for a laptop, but this is still really nice. I've got probably about 7 or 8 backpacks now, but this adds to the collection. And who knows, if I'm ever going to a LAN and I'm bringing my laptop along, then obviously I probably will represent the MSI. So that's cool. Now the actual laptop itself, I actually have not unboxed it yet because I was waiting for this video. It's actually quite heavy. So here it is. It's the box of the MSI Dragon, and obviously this little sleeve here is actually showing you that you do get the stuff for free. So it has different backpacks and different sleeves and stuff that it's pretty cool. You get more bang for your value, I guess, if you don't have a carry case. But yeah, as you can tell, it's a pretty big laptop. It is a 17.3 inches, there we go, monitor laptop. And I don't know the specific model. Again, there's hundreds of configurations that MSI make for this laptop. It is obviously an Apache Pro. That is kind of their overhead name for this look. Every single one of these laptops will look the same, but not all of them have the same components in them. But just to kind of rattle off, there will be proper a specification list down in the description. But just to mention from memory, it's got an i7-6700K processor, which is a very good processor. It's got only 8 GB of RAM, and that's something that I personally am going to look to upgrade. And that's a cool thing. You actually can upgrade some of the components in gaming laptops, not like Macs. Macs, they don't let you upgrade anything, where these they do. So that's obviously a big drawing factor to gamers. I probably will put either 16 or 32 gig in this, because I will be mainly using this for editing and stuff like that if ever my main computer is busy. But more importantly, the graphics card in this is a GTX 970M. So again, not top of the line, nowhere near, but it will do the job. It will probably run League of Legends around 100 FPS, which is perfectly fine for a laptop. And finally, just to kind of mention one point that I didn't really know, is MSI laptops are powered by SteelSeries. So my biggest sponsor on this channel, SteelSeries, technically they say this keyboard is a SteelSeries keyboard. So that's also pretty cool. So anyway, let's get into it. Again, I'm not a professional unboxer. I have one camera angle, so we'll see how this goes. But just to mention, this video is going to be in 2 parts. This is the first part that I take the laptop out. Oh god, it's that way. I take the laptop out and I show it to you in the basics that I can. And then in a few days' time, after I've got everything installed and everything like that, I'll do a review on it. And that will include me recording footage of League of Legends on this laptop, so you guys can see the performance on the laptop itself. So again, further adding to you guys, if you want to buy yourself a new laptop, then you know around the 1,000 price mark, what could you expect. Just to mention as well, this is a gaming laptop. It's not just a basic laptop. You know, there is a difference there. These are designed to manage heat a lot better, because again, a normal laptop, don't game on them really, because they don't have proper heat systems, because the laptops get very, very hot very quickly. So the first thing to say, we've got it looks to be just a binder book that is, I think, I believe, yeah, I don't think, sorry if there's a lot of crackle, I just realised. I think this just comes free. Again, I think it's just, yeah, it's just blank paper that you have like a little MSI book, so I guess some people will like that. And we have, just to kind of show you the box, so there we go, the laptop itself with different boxes around the side that probably has different things, such as the power cable and stuff like that. So let's start. Should we go from left, I guess, to right? Yeah. Oh, they just fold out, okay. Alright, so the first component or little compartment that we've gone through, I believe, is the power brick. I'll just get everything out from the packaging and then show you, because otherwise it will just be a mess. But yeah, I'm looking forward to use this. I haven't had a proper gaming laptop like ever. I had a basic HP laptop to play World of Warcraft on, maybe about 7 years ago, and that eventually blew up because it got too hot. And then the past few years I've had a Mac, which that thing blew up comparing to what I need. It doesn't do video editing or anything like that. So there you go. Power brick and power cable. Again, if you are American, you'll probably be unfamiliar. That's what our connectors look like to the wall power. A lot of Americans or other people around the world are going, they look weird. I know. Everybody's other ones look weird. Pretty big power brick, I will say, but it's thin, but very wide, like long and wide. So it is what it is. I guess they haven't invested in very small power bricks yet in the laptop community. Okay, what's next? If I can fold that one out, what's this? Alright. They give you so random stuff with MSI laptops. What the... So, I know, you know, their mascot is a dragon. So, randomly, you get given a little dragon keychain. Okay, that's a bit weird, but sure. I guess they're proud of their brand, which is nothing wrong with that, I guess. And that might be it for all the stuff. So, I think now we can actually get to the laptop. Hallelujah. Let's put this stuff back in here, actually. Goodbye, box. I am a very professional unboxer. I'm not sure if I'll look after I do this part, but I think that's pretty much it. But anyway, it comes in a nice sleeve, protective sleeve. But furthermore, in the protective sleeve, it also comes in plastic. So this thing is not getting damaged in shipping at all. Oh, it's actually metal. That feels good. All right, so there we go. First look of the laptop. You can see it is quite big. Weight-wise, it's not that heavy. Comparing to what the box was, not that heavy. So there we go. And I will open it with you guys for the first time. I'm presuming there's going to be a protective thing inside, so it's going to be hard to see, but still. Yeah, there is. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da-da. MSI #1 in gaming, and there's the keyboard. So, brilliant. That looks really good. Keyboard-wise, yeah, it feels good. Keyboard by SteelSeries. So, we've got power button, I presume, is up here. We've got another, actually, bar of protection, yep. So, there we go. Power button and stuff is up here. F buttons, keypad, obviously everything. And then it has everything that's in it, basically. So the what graphics card and all that stuff. So, looks good. Fingerprint-wise, I will say already, you could tell there's going to be fingerprints potentially on this surface. Mousepad feels quite good. Buttons, click, click, click. And I'll say that is the biggest risk you run with buying or getting a laptop online, is you don't actually have the feel of it, right? Sometimes you go to a store and you test out a laptop keyboard and you're like, oh, I don't like that. That is the risk you do run in if you order something online. Luckily, I'm not that fussy. And also, it's SteelSeries, so I know it's good. So there you go. Just to kind of also explain a side thing. So it does have a CD thing. It does have USB over here. And it has an SD card reader. That's actually quite useful for me as a YouTuber. That means I could take this footage and then just plug it straight in if ever I was editing a vlog, if I'm away on travels. It has Ethernet. It does have a HDMI, so that's cool. That means I can plug it into a big TV and watch something from my laptop. Yeah, no, it looks pretty good. And I guess what we'll do for the final thing of this part of the video is turn it on if it has any power. Does it have any power? By my luck, it won't have any power. It doesn't. I'm going to go have to charge this. But anyway, that's going to be part one. So the part one, as I mentioned, is just going to be unboxing it. And then part two, in a few days' time, I'll have it up and running, obviously, and I'll have games installed in it, and mainly League of Legends, and I'll actually talk about what is it like to use it on a day-to-day basis, what's the keyboard like, what's that like, and actually also record footage from the laptop and show you what the performance is like. And I will use Nvidia Shadowplay, therefore the FPS won't be hurt, because Shadowplay does not hurt your FPS because it's directly from the graphics card. So that's going to be it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed part one. I'm looking forward to use this thing. Again, I haven't had a gaming laptop ever, so I want to see what they're like. I want to see how loud they are. I want to see, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys in part two. Okay, welcome to part two of the laptop unboxing. And now I apologize, it's a few days after I was planning to even release this video, but everything going on in my life right now with my grandmother and everything, I just haven't been in the mood to record more than one video a day. But that's okay now. She is in recovery, and I'm in a lot better mood, apart from... Before we get into the second half, is this wonderful product is it just arrived. Hence why I'm out of breath, because I was actually in the middle of recording this and I've had to start again. The reason why I'm not unboxing this and playing this right now is earlier I missed the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition delivery that I had, and I'm going to have to wait until Monday to actually play it. So today's Friday, and I'm a little bit annoyed, as you can tell. So instead of playing this, let's talk about this. So this part will basically just be giving my mini review of the laptop. What do I think about it? And just to help you guys, because I saw in the comment section when I announced that I was doing this video, people were like, oh, that'll be really good. I'm in the market for a new one. I have been looking at MSI or Asus, but it's cool that you are going to give your 2 cents about the one you got. So yeah, we're going to do that right now. So the first thing to say is overall, I am very happy with this machine. There are a couple things that I would like different, but that's just natural. Again, I'm a big tech person, as you can tell. Like, everything in my room is tech. So I'm always going to have holes with stuff, or I'd like improvements. But honestly, it is worth every penny so far. So just to kind of mention, this is a MSI Apache Pro. The model itself and everything, all the specs will be linked in the description or in the description. And it was around £1,000 this laptop, which to some people I know that is still quite expensive. When I did my gaming story to you guys about, you know, my first gaming PC, that whole gaming PC setup cost I think around $800 for the monitors, keyboard, desktop and everything. So it's still, it's expensive in that avenue, but for a gaming laptop, it's actually kind of near the lower end of gaming laptops. Generally, well, maybe mid-end. When I was shopping around for myself, a lot of them were about $1,500. And I was like, nah, I could get something for $1,500, but I wasn't really willing to. When this laptop, I looked at all the specs, and literally I was about to buy a laptop for $1,500, and then this one caught my eye, and I was like, ooh, it's got a few things that other laptops don't have, like, and I will say, like an SSD. This has an SSD. Windows boots up the same speed as my beast of a computer that I'm using right now to record this video. So SSD was important to me. Graphics card, not that important to me. Like for a gaming laptop, a 970M, perfectly fine. I'll talk about the frames per second in League very soon, but that's fine. RAM was a concern to me because apparently that was a massive bump in price from going to 8 gig to 16 gig. Which I know prices of RAM, they're not that expensive. And so just to quickly go off that tangent, is gaming laptops are built that you can upgrade certain components. Some of them you can't, just to mention, but some of them you can. And one of them is the RAM. So I contacted MSI support literally the day after purchasing the laptop, and I was like, hey, I bought this thing, I want new RAM. Obviously, I was a little bit more polite than this, but what would you recommend? And literally a day after, I had a list of 6 or so RAMs that they were like, these are all compatible, go buy one. And yeah, they're around £100 for 16 gig of RAM, so it would cost me £100 to upgrade this. So instead of buying £1,500 for a laptop, I'm technically spending £1,100 to upgrade the RAM including. I was like, okay, that's fine. It shouldn't be too hard to do. I'm not doing it yet. I'm basically going to wait until I actually need to upgrade the RAM if I'm going to a friend's house or anything like that. But while I'm at home, I've got my computer here. I don't need to upgrade it yet. So that's doable. Other things, the keyboard feels really good. I cannot fault the keyboard at all. I'll just actually open up the laptop just to show you. So it's a fully lit laptop, which you can control the colors, any colors you want. You can have it glowing. You can have different keys lit up. You can do anything. The exact same as the SteelSeries keyboard that I have on my computer. Literally the same. So that's cool. Feel-wise, they feel good. They feel responsive. The trackpad, I'll say, one of my concerns with this laptop, I don't love the trackpad. I'm fine with it, but I don't love it. But here's the thing. If you're buying this laptop for its intended purpose of gaming, it doesn't matter because you're never going to use the trackpad to game. You're always going to be using a mouse. So that's kind of irrelevant when it comes to gaming on this machine. And it's still, again, I'm nitpicking because I kind of have to. You know, if I say all positive things about this laptop, people think I'm going to be I've been paid off where I haven't been paid at all. So that would be one thing I would like slightly better. But that's personal taste. You might have this laptop or an Apache Pro similar to this one, and you might love the trackpad. It's a very personal thing. Other things, the technology itself within the laptop. So just to mention, it's got a killer network adapter or whatever. It's basically what that means. It's got better wireless a wireless card in this laptop than pretty much any device you'll probably own. It's very quick. You know, my bedroom, and I'll say, is the other side of the house to the router. It's just in range of wireless receiving. I've had problems with it in the past. My Nintendo 3DS will not. It just isn't in range from my bedroom to the router. This thing, perfect internet. Like, it just doesn't care. So that's really, really handy for me personally, because obviously I spend most of the time in the bedroom. And this, I'm using it as, right now, my business hub. Doing all emails, accountancy, and all that type of thing is off this laptop. And it was the same with my Mac. And my Mac did struggle as well a little bit, where this one doesn't, and that's great. Other things in the laptop, it's got... I can't remember what company it is, but it's got a sound thing in this thing. So when you get an expensive pair of headphones, you can control how much bass it has or what mode it's in. Is it in gaming mode, movie mode, all that type of thing, which alters the different filters in the audio system. This laptop has it with just its speakers. And holy moly, it's good. Like, crazy good. I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching Boogie 2988, and I was like... I was watching it off the speakers, and I was like, God, he sounds kind of echoey as he changes his microphone. I was like, oh, maybe it's me. So I went into the audio things, and I changed like the voice tab up to the maximum or whatever, and I fiddled with it a bit, and it was perfect. It was like crystal clear, and I was like, well, there you go, that worked. So that you can't fault that. Other things within the laptop. I mentioned, obviously, it's a SteelSeries laptop. And let's just quickly talk about the MSI technology. Again, it's an MSI laptop. It's designed to game. So the technology in the laptop, basically, most of it will be coming from plugging it in. You have to have it plugged in to get any of these options, which is just obvious. Gaming laptops are designed to be normal laptops, basically, when you're not plugged in. But when you are plugged in, you can get that extra performance. That is basically why it's expensive. So when you plug it in, you've got different shift modes, they call it. The maximum shift mode, I think, is called Extreme. And then you can put it on high performance. And then you can change the battery settings to high performance. And this thing literally will be turned into a beast if you do that. And even though some people were concerned, it's like, oh, Huz, you've got a laptop with a 970M in it. This machine still runs League of Legends with over 200 frames per second. If I remember, there'll be a screenshot on the screen right now showing that. And I was more than impressed. I loaded League the day that I got it and couldn't fault it. Literally, high settings, high graphic settings, over 200 frames per second, no stutter whatsoever. I went into a massive team fight and didn't drop. Like, I was like, well, that's good enough for me. You know, this again is very much a backup gaming machine, or if I go away. And let's be honest, if I go away to a friend's house, I'm not expecting to have the ultimate gaming experience like my computer. This is a laptop in the end of the day, and over 200 frames per second is literally perfect for a laptop. There is nothing to fault there whatsoever. So I'm very happy with the performance. Obviously, League is the only game that I've personally tested, but I think it will do quite well with everything else. And again, a League isn't a crazy intense game, but if you're running League at over 200 frames on high graphics, I think this laptop would run most things that are on the market nowadays in high graphics, easily above 60 frames per second, and that's all you're really looking for. This laptop's monitor, even though I'm very impressed with it, even though it's crystal clear, it's a 60 hertz monitor. So that means it only refreshes 60 times per second, I think it is, which then shows, like, you know, it was only really going to show 60 frames per second on the monitor. But it's still perfect. Like, it's really, really good. I'm very happy. And just to kind of also go into the fan technology, because I know some people have concerns of how noisy it is. Yeah, it's noisy. It's a gaming laptop. They have to be noisy. They have to funnel the air out of the machine. Otherwise, it's going to melt like my old HP did. So just to mention, the vents on the back, there's 2 vents. You can kind of see the ridges here. On default, and if the laptop isn't going through a very hard time, this side will be the only side that is on. There are 2 fans in the laptop that are both pushing all the air out. This side will only be the one on. If the laptop gets a little bit hotter or you're going through an intense gaming session, eventually this side will turn on as well, but you can do it manually. If you're feeling, because again, this is a metal, I think it's aluminum, or if you're American, aluminium, or whatever, how you pronounce this stuff. It hasn't one of those chassis, so it is metal. It can conduct heat. It's going to get hot. But if you're feeling that it's a little bit hot near your hand, because I did it once, and I had my hand resting on the left side here, and it's a little bit warm. So what there is, this button here, I'll hold the laptop near the fan. If you press it, both fans turn on to maximum instantly. And it's a bit overkill, I'll be honest, because I don't think you'll need that very much. But literally, if you're ever feeling it's a little bit hot, or you're a little bit uncomfortable with how hot the laptop's getting, boom, just flick that on. You can do it manually, control the heat as much as you want, and that's perfect. You probably would only need to blast that for a minute, and all the hot air is gone. So that's really good, and that's nice to see. It's basically just thinking about the gamer more, what this laptop is doing. So that's really, really nice. Only other thing I'd say is, again, personal opinion, is I did look around at different laptops and stuff, and personally, I don't think the keypad is really needed. I'd much prefer a laptop that had more space and didn't have the keypad, because I've got, keyboards here. I don't use the keypad, but that's just me. That would be a personal thing. But no, it's very impressive. I'm very happy with that. I got this thing, and as a backup, as a LAN, as a traveling machine, I don't think you can fault it. And I'll just say, would I, if it was me that didn't have a good desktop, would I use this machine as my main machine? Yeah, I would. Would it be able to do YouTube and that type of thing? Probably not. But you shouldn't be really looking to do YouTube and that if you're on a laptop, because rendering and editing, it's very intense. And let's be honest, it's actually killed 2 desktop PCs that I've had. The first one that I had, it killed that one. My white one down on the floor over there, it killed that one too. So yeah, I wouldn't say you'd probably be able to do YouTube on this thing. Occasionally, and that's what I mean. If I go to an event, I can edit the occasional video on this thing. That's not the point. Everyday use to do YouTube, I probably wouldn't say. Everyday streaming, probably wouldn't do it. So that's my 2 cents. Been very happy with it. I would definitely recommend it. It'll be linked down below. Again, I gain nothing from this. You can buy these type of laptops on overclockers using my link, which will help me out. But yeah, I got this laptop from overclockers themselves, and I paid for it and everything. So yeah, I just recommend it. So if you did enjoy the video and you've got any other questions, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them. So yeah, if you like this type of thing more, and you'd like me to do an unboxing for the Nintendo Switch and the Zelda Collector's Edition, I don't know if I'm going to unbox this yet, because I think it will drive me mad. I think I'm going to leave it till Monday to unbox it. But yeah, if you want to see this video, then throw a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time.